When the hunters began pursuing the lion that was part of the pride considered family by the girl, a girl must cross the country alone to take the animal to a safe reserve. Welcome, I'm Notehat, and today we're recapping the 2018 movie Mia and the White Lion. So, brace yourselves, it's recap time. After her family moves from London, a girl named Mia settles in a more remote region of South Africa. Here, her father John breeds lions and other savanna animals. Mia returns from her first day at school, and John notices she's troubled. They talk, and Mia expresses her unhappiness about the move. John tries to reassure her, emphasizing their luck in living amidst incredible animals on their farm. However, Mia doesn't share his enthusiasm and leaves, visibly upset. During the night, Mia's older brother, Mickey, is afraid to sleep alone and asks their mother, Alice, for a story. Listening from behind the door, Mia hears Alice telling an old legend about a white lion cub that would be born on Christmas to save the forest. Coincidentally, on the upcoming December 25th, one of the lionesses on the farm gives birth to a rare white lion cub, whom they name Charlie. John and Alice are delighted, thinking about the attraction Charlie will bring to the farm. Mia, on the other hand, is indifferent to the lion cub and refuses to hold him. Despite her initial reluctance, when Mia tries to connect with her friends in London and gets ignored, Charlie jumps on the keyboard and starts interacting with her, providing unexpected comfort. In the following days, Charlie incessantly follows Mia, even disrupting her football game by popping the ball. Frustrated, Mia has a heated argument with her parents about returning to London. Despite Mia's annoyance, Charlie insists on playing with her, biting her pillow and blanket. Gradually, Mia starts to bond with Charlie, feeding him with a bottle and playing tug-of-war using her electric scooter. As time passes, Mia and Charlie develop a deep bond. Her parents, John and Alice, are delighted to see their daughter finally connecting with the farm's life. One evening, while Mia is preparing to sleep alongside Charlie, Mickey wakes up from a nightmare. Mia decides to tell him about the Chanan tribe's legend that deems lions sacred, believing that one day a white lion will bring peace to the wild animals. After finishing the story, Mickey remarks that it's not just a legend and mentions a sanctuary built by the Chanan people for lions. The next day, Mia is curious to learn more about the farm's operations. She accompanies John and asks about the financial aspects, including how they manage to sustain the farm. John explains they are building a lodge to attract tourists and sometimes have to sell some animals to parks and zoos to keep the farm afloat. Mia is unsettled by this and makes John promise not to sell Charlie. During the holidays, John asks an employee to move Charlie to an enclosure while Mia is away. The separation is hard for both Mia and Charlie. He begins to act strangely, refusing to eat or clean himself, and Mia spends her time away worried about him. Back in the city, Mia cannot stand being away from Charlie any longer. She exploits an opportunity to escape and hitchhikes back to the farm. Upon her return, she finds Charlie in a bad state and takes on the role of his caretaker, growing even closer to him. When Charlie turns 1, he inadvertently causes chaos in the house, leading John to declare that Charlie should be moved to the enclosure permanently. Mia is heartbroken by this decision and becomes even more protective of Charlie. One day, while watching a lion documentary on YouTube, she hears screams outside. Rushing out, she discovers that Charlie has attacked and in turn trying to pet him. This incident leads to a heated argument between Mia and John, especially when she accuses him of exploiting the lions for tourism. The next day, a situation escalates when a deranged lion hunter named Dirk visits the farm. After an uncomfortable interaction, John firmly refuses to do business with him. Meanwhile, Mia, while playing with Charlie, sustains minor injuries. Alice teaches her how to behave around lions, but Mia, confident in her bond with Charlie, disregards the advice. This results in a playful yet intense encounter where Charlie pounces on Mia, frightening her but causing no harm. In the midst of these tensions, Mia discovers John's plan to sell Charlie. Distraught by this revelation, she starts researching lion hunting and learns the brutal truth about the fate of lions sold from farms. Determined to save Charlie, Mia devises a plan to take him to the Chanan sanctuary, asking Mickey to help her map out the route through the savannah. With the plan in place, Mia prepares for the challenging journey ahead. She discovers that the gate is locked, but a sympathetic employee gives her the key, encouraging her to not give up on saving Charlie. After unlocking the gate, Mia releases all the animals from the farm, including Charlie, and begins guiding him towards the reserve. The following morning, Alice wakes up to find the animals missing and alerts John. Checking the security cameras, they realize what Mia has done. John organizes a search party to recover the animals and find Mia. Meanwhile, Mia manages to avoid being spotted by her father and steals a tranquilizer gun from his car. Armed and determined, she makes Charlie get in the car and drives towards the reserve. On the way, Mia contacts Mickey to update him and give him her location in case of an emergency. As the car's fuel runs low, Mia stops at a gas station. While there, she spots a news report about her disappearance and hastily returns to the car to avoid detection. That night, Mia and Charlie sleep on top of the Jeep. Back at the farm, John receives a call from Dirk, who demands to take Charlie. John refuses, stating that Charlie is not for sale anymore. The next day, Dirk confronts John, threatening to take over the farm if John doesn't return his deposit. Unmoved, John tells Dirk he won't be able to find Charlie. As Mia nears the reserve, she realizes her map is outdated, and the area where the sanctuary should be is now a shopping mall. Confused and unsure what to do next, she and Charlie attract attention, prompting them to continue on foot. Dirk, following their trail, gets dangerously close. In the wilderness, Charlie manages to hunt an adult ostrich, and Mia saves the remains for him to eat later. However, Charlie wanders off and gets lost, leaving Mia to spend a night alone in nature. Meanwhile, John and his family camp nearby, and Alice presses John to reveal the real reason behind Mia's actions. John avoids the conversation, leaving Alice frustrated. At dawn, Charlie reunites with Mia, and they resume their journey to the reserve. However, they soon encounter Dirk. In a dramatic turn, Charlie defends Mia from Dirk, who is left without ammunition. Hearing the commotion, John arrives but finds no one there. After a tense confrontation with Dirk, John is finally forced to admit the truth about the captive hunt to Alice, who is furious at the revelation. Realizing the full extent of the situation, John and Alice decide to personally search for Mia, with Mickey joining them. As they drive through the savannah, Mia, suffering from exhaustion and dehydration, finds a muddy waterhole to rehydrate. She fills a bottle with the murky water, determined to continue the journey. Near the Chanan Reserve, John assists the police in preparing for Mia's arrival. Alice seizes the moment to explain to Mickey the origin of his psychological issues. She reveals that as a child, Mickey accidentally witnessed a lion being killed by a hunter, which deeply traumatized him. This event prompted the family's move to London. However, Alice later discovered that John's father was selling lions to hunters like Dirk, leading her to decide to return to South Africa to manage the farm. As Mia approaches the Chanan Reserve, she urges Charlie to continue alone, as she no longer has the strength to go on. Spotting the majestic white lion, the tribal leader of Chanan calls Charlie into the reserve. At this critical moment, police snipers, positioned in a helicopter, target Charlie. In a desperate move, John runs towards Charlie, shielding him and allowing the lion to safely enter the reserve. The police, losing their shot, are forced to stand down. Several months later, Mia and her family return to visit Charlie at the reserve. They are overjoyed to find that he has started his own family. To celebrate, the family has a picnic and spends the day watching the magnificent white lion and his cubs. And that's the story. Folks, what do you think? Could you have guided Charlie to the sanctuary? Share your thoughts in the comments, and see you in the next recap on our channel.